Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Bundles, and today's video is going to be on comparing the iPhone 11 Pro Max to the Galaxy Note Plus. Now, I got a question under my Galaxy Note Plus unboxing video, and the question was, is it worth switching from an iPhone to an Android? And I'm just going to answer that question the best that I can and go over some things that are really different to me, or really, I don't know, go over some highlighted points for the iPhone versus the Galaxy. I did not get rid of my iPhone. I still have my iPhone. I'm actually recording off of my iPhone, and I have my Galaxy Note here as well. So if you are interested in, I guess, a comparison and also my review, and be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed, and let's get right into the video. So the first thing that I want to say is it really depends on what your preference is and what you are mainly doing on your phone as far as what phone is going to be best for you. There's people that you can speak with that are firm believers that iPhone is the best phone for everyone. And there's people on the flip side that feel like, Galaxy, Android is the best phone for everyone. Like I say a lot of times on this channel when we are talking about different business practices and things like that, what works well for one may not work well for all. Some of the things that I do like about the iPhone is that it's familiar. I've had an iPhone ever since I can remember. iPhones, they do a really good job with marketing and promotion. And it's kind of like the hot item, you know what I mean? Like when an iPhone comes out, it's great marketing to the point that, the rush behind buying the phones, I don't know, the quality of the camera, the size of the phones, the color of the phones, the quality of the phones. The iPhone, in my opinion, looks and feels better than my Galaxy Note 10 Plus. It does. I also like the fact that it's a little bit more simplistic to me. And it may be because I'm more familiar with it, but with the Galaxy, there's just so many different things that you can do and so many different options that you have to customize your phone that it's not like for me, it's not like it's something that I'm going to learn in just like a day or a couple days. With an iPhone, I pretty much feel like, if I want to learn something, it's there. You can't do as much customizing to your phone as you can on an Android. So with my iPhone, you can customize it, don't get me wrong, but I can customize more features on the Galaxy. And that's why, another reason why a lot of people like Galaxies, because you have the option to really make the phone your own. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, you can still customize iPhones, but you really can go above and beyond on a Galaxy. Another thing that I do want to point out is the reason that I switched to Galaxy is because I wanted more storage. Typically, when you're purchasing an iPhone, and I mentioned this in another video, they start off at like 64 gigs, the newer iPhone models. With Samsung, a lot of times the newer models start off with like 128 gigs at the minimum. So the fact that, the phones start off at more storage, and you also, with a lot of phones, can purchase a memory card to extend the storage is really a good perk for me. I know with Apple, you can purchase more storage as well, but I just like the fact of being able to start off with already, a lot of storage compared to what I have now on my iPhone, which is 64 gigs. 64 gigs has worked for me for a really long time, but, as I'm getting into more things, as I'm doing more with my phone, it just doesn't work alone. So that is one of the reasons that I decided to go with Galaxy. Now, I could have just decided to go ahead and get another iPhone with more storage. I could have done that, but I wanted to try something new and something different and see if I liked it. So let me go ahead and go over a couple more things. So one thing that I don't like is the apps. Like, I talk a lot about business on this channel. So if you are looking at another stream of income, if you're wanting to get started with your business, definitely subscribe to this channel. I make a video almost every day, just going over different tools and tips on how to be as successful as you want to be and also make more money. And one of the things that I noticed, I do have a hair business, so check it out down below. The link is there. It's badchickhair.com. And I noticed that on my iPhone, I can download my chat app. So on my website, when my customers get there, if they have any questions, they can chat with me through the app called Shopify Pink. However, that app is not available on Android. So I can't respond to any chats on my Android device because that app isn't available. So that's one of the things that I find a little bit annoying. It's like certain apps are available on Galaxy and certain apps are available on Apple. And sometimes they have, the same apps. A lot of times they have the same apps, but sometimes you can't get an app on a certain device. We're going to kind of circle back to that first question. Should I switch? I would take a look at the apps that are really important, especially if you're running a business and if you're working from your phone the majority of the day. Check to make sure that the apps that you absolutely need to have are going to be compatible on an Android device. Another thing that I find is really cool is I just found this out that you can hook an HDMI cable to your Samsung device and connect it right to the TV. So a lot of times, depending on where you live, it may be hard to get internet or your internet may be very intermittent. And so if you are wanting to stream something to your TV without necessarily having to connect it to the internet and, connecting it that way, you do have an option to pull up a movie, use your cellular data, and then connect the HDMI cord from your phone to the television. I think that's really, really cool. So for those of you that are wanting to watch movies on your TV and you're like, I'm done with it, my internet doesn't work. If you do have a Galaxy, then that would be kind of a way around it, hooking an HDMI cable up to your Galaxy Note 10 Plus and connecting it to the TV. Now, I don't know if that option is available on all Galaxy devices, but I definitely know it's available on some of the newer devices. So if you do have the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, this is an option for you. Also, another thing that I do really love about the Galaxy Note, and I didn't think that I would like it this much, to be honest, is the fact that it's really easy to multitask. So sometimes I'll be watching a video on YouTube, for example, and I'll get an email. I can go ahead and continue watching that video and pull up my emails and respond back to my emails at the same time. I can go ahead and be in my email and then quickly toggle to, my website. It's just so, it's really convenient. Also, I like the fact that on your home screen, you get like all of your information. So any notifications come right to your home screen. So if there's a channel that I'm subscribed to, that's going to be there. I can scroll down to see how many people emailed me, who emailed what email address. I can see what's going on my Twitter, who tweeted, who retweeted my tweet, who liked a tweet. I can see Instagram, who's following me now. I mean, everything's just on your front page. Now with iPhone, I don't really have all of my notifications on the front screen. So if I get an email or anything like that, typically, and it may be just the way that I have my phone set up, I may get an alert, but I'll go to my email and I'll check each email box. And then I'll go to YouTube and check to see, how my channel's doing. Do I have new subscribers? Did I receive a comment? Sometimes the comments pop up, but it's not organized in a way that, that Galaxy organizes it. There's not a way for me to really show you without seeing like my personal information and, like my Facebook messages and things like that. But if you have a Galaxy, I'm sure you know what I'm referring to, or if you've seen a Galaxy, the fact that literally everything is just itemized on your screen, everything is there and you can just swipe up and get out of it. And, you can always go there and swipe over to get rid of the notifications or whatever whatever you want to do. But I like the fact that I don't have to go to each and every app to see what's going on, that I literally can open my phone, put in my passcode, and it just shows me everything that's going on with my phone at that point. So I like that. I also like the stylus that comes with the Galaxy Note. So the stylus it looks like this. And I like the fact that, if I have a quick note or something that I want to jot down, sometimes, you get into those moments where you're like, I need a pen, I need a piece of paper. I don't have those moments anymore because I literally can draw on my screen, which is cool. I know people that already have Galaxies are like, that's something, whatever, it's nothing exciting. But coming from an iPhone, and I don't even want to say coming from an iPhone because I'm not leaving my iPhone, but from someone's perspective like mine, that's typically using an iPhone, this is something that's new. For iPhone, if I had needed to make a quick note, I would pull up like a video and quickly record myself saying what I needed to say so I won't forget it. Or I would do like a voice memo, or I would write or type in a note to myself. Sometimes I'd even send a text message to myself or to my business line. But this, like literally, if I just needed to remember a website and I didn't want to forget it, I could literally go ahead and write down their website and that'd be that. You know what I mean? So it really helps me. I find myself for business, items, I find myself using the Galaxy Note more just because you really have an option to multitask. Like I said, if I'm doing something, if I'm watching a video, doing pretty much anything, I have the option to look at multiple things. You know, I can really multitask. I don't have that option on my iPhone. So if I'm in my email, then that's what I'm going to be in. I'm in my email. And then if I want to go over to Facebook, then I have to get out of my email, go over to Facebook. If I'm watching a YouTube video and I want to check a quick email and reply, I don't have that option on my iPhone. I do have that option here on the Galaxy Note. So for business purposes, it helps me get a lot more things done just because I can multitask. If I want to send an email and then also read an article, I can do that at the same time. If I want to, the list goes on and on. There's just so many things that you can do with this phone. I'm not saying you can't do a lot with iPhone. I'm just saying the multitasking ability is amazing. Another thing that I wanted to point out is now back to iPhone. Now, I'm not going to get rid of my iPhone because I've recorded myself on the Galaxy Note and also on the iPhone. The iPhone 11 Pro Max is actually what I'm using to record this video today. Hands down, I know I've heard mixed reviews on the cameras and the quality, and you know, people have their own preference and their own opinions. But just to be honest, the iPhone, in my opinion, truly has a better camera and it looks better when you record. When I get done recording a video on this phone, it doesn't look bad. It still looks good. There is quality in this camera, but it looks better, in my opinion, coming from the iPhone. And I'm using the front-facing camera, not even the rear facing. If you use the rear facing camera on the iPhone, I'm sure the quality is going to be like 1,000 times better. But this is the quality using the front facing camera. I'm not using any lights besides the light in the room and, you know, light from the window. I didn't even put up my like ring light or anything like that. So this is just how it is. I know this is not the best quality. I should have my ring light on, but to be honest, I just didn't feel like pulling it out. So I'm sorry for that. But as far as recording and also editing, the movie editor app that comes on the iPhone is tremendous. I've played around with a couple of apps. I even downloaded some apps I was recommended to edit my videos, and I just find it so much easier to use the iMovie app on your iPhone. Literally recording a video from your phone, going to iMovie, making the changes that you need to make and uploading is really, really like a seamless task for me. You can definitely, once you edit the video through iMovie, you can definitely download another app on your iPhone and do different pop-ups, and you know, you can make it your own. You can definitely customize your video. But if you're looking at getting started with YouTube and you're considering which phone should I get for YouTube, my honest opinion, I would say an iPhone. That's one of the reasons that I'm not getting rid of my iPhone, because I don't want to say I need it, but I really, really enjoy recording off of this device. And that's probably not going to change. It's just really simple and seamless to do on this device. Now, it may be simple and seamless to do on the Galaxy 2. Maybe I just need more time. But I've had this phone for about, I would say like a week and a half or maybe 2 weeks. And during the time that I've had it, I have noticed that I like the quality as far as the video on this device, so on the iPhone, better. And I also like the fact that it's easier to record on iMovie than it is on Samsung, in my opinion. I don't like the watermarks. A lot of the apps that you have to download, either you're paying for them or the watermark shows up. I mean, it's just easier, more seamless through the iPhone, in my opinion. Also, another thing, going back to the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, I like the fact that the screen is really, really big. So if I'm watching a movie or if I'm pulling up a video, I'm typically grabbing my Galaxy to do that, because it's just, in my opinion, it's just a better screen. You just get more picture, and it's more enjoyable to watch off of this device. I can say that as far as holding the device, it does feel better in my hand to hold the iPhone 11 Pro Max. It really does. It just feels better in my hand. It's easier to text. It's easier to reply. The Galaxy Note 10 Plus it's shaped different. So it's more so, it's not really, it is rounded on the edges, but it's more so like a boxy square shape, in my opinion, or a rectangle shape. So when you hold it, it's kind of like, it doesn't just fall into my hand like the iPhone 11 Pro Max does. Now, if you have a bigger hand, then it probably will, but mine, it doesn't. Like when I'm texting, I can do it, but it's just harder for me to get my finger across the entire screen, if that makes sense. Also, the emojis. So when I'm using emojis on, my Instagram or just texting emojis, I find that I really love the emojis on iPhone versus Android. I just assume that they have the same emojis. I don't know why, but they don't. Not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong with the emojis that come on Galaxy or Samsung, but I like the look of the iPhone emojis better. So that's another thing. I mean, if you're someone that's really into emojis and things like that, then you may want to take a look at the Samsung emojis first, like going to a Best Buy store and kind of play around with the phone to see if, that's going to bug you or not. And then the last thing that I wanted to go over is the charging ability. So with the iPhone 11 Pro Max, you do get like a fast charger. Also with the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, I noticed that it charges fast too. I don't know if it's because I'm not even on my iPhone more, but for like video recording and things like that, I'm typically using my iPhone. So I'm not sure. I mean, that definitely can have something to do with the battery. But when both of my phones are almost dead and I put them on the charger at the same time, every time, I guarantee the Galaxy Note 10 Plus charges so much faster. Like it's done in literally it feels like 15-20 minutes. It'll be kind of dead and then it will completely charge back to 100%. I haven't let this phone die yet, so I don't know how fast it charges from it being completely dead to going to 100 completely full. But I can say that when both batteries are pretty low and I put them on the charger, this phone always charges fast. So I can literally take this phone with me all day, use it and it not go dead. iPhone, even if I'm not recording a video, typically if I take that phone with me, use it all day, it may not be dead, but I feel like the battery just isn't as sufficient as the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Again, it may be because I'm doing different activities on both, and I know different activities and different apps drain your battery more, but I have like the Snapchat app and the Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, like all of those apps on this phone. And I really just use this phone for my website chat and video recording and editing and things like that. So I don't know, but I wanted to get that out. I'm just going to check and see if there's anything else that I wanted to go over. That's pretty much it. Bottom line is it's your preference. Should you switch if you want to? It depends on what you're doing, really. That's really what I find is the deciding factor. If you're looking for a phone that's going to record your videos, I always would recommend the iPhone. I believe the iPhone has a better camera quality. Now, maybe not. Maybe if you look into the specs, you'll be like, no, this website says that this, maybe. But I'm just saying from personal experience and from my opinion, I'll always, iPhone just hands down for video creating and things like that. I'll go with an iPhone. If I'm looking for something that's going to allow me to multitask, if something that's going to allow me to really turn my phone into a computer, something that's going to allow me to really customize my phone. If I'm doing a presentation or a meeting and I want it to beam what's on my phone to a television, I can, take the HDMI cable and do that. It has so much storage in this phone. So a lot of the apps and a lot of, information that I do want to store, I can do it on this phone. If I'm taking quick notes, even if I'm in a meeting or if I'm just, thinking of an idea, or if someone gives me a website to check out, I can quickly go ahead and write myself a note. And if I need a phone and I don't really want to worry about continuous charging, I'm probably going to grab this phone. So they both have different benefits. They both have different perks. I love the fact, like I mentioned, of how the iPhone feels in your hand. I really like the quality. In my opinion, the iPhone looks better than my Galaxy Note Plus. I know a lot of people will probably disagree, but that's just it looks better and it feels better as far as the quality. But yeah, that's just, like I said before, it boils down to what's going to work best for you. What works for one, it's not going to work for all. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do want to see how the 11 Pro Max looks, then check out my unboxing playlist. I have multiple videos on there of unboxing the iPhone 11 Pro Max, doing a review, doing a what's on my iPhone and things like that. So if you're interested, check out some of those videos. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.